Final leaderboard: Palm Harbor, FLA. Jeremy Sisson is a high school senior who up to now has flown quietly beneath the radar of many college coaches. His performance this past weekend in the golfweek International Junior Invitational, though, may influence some of those coaches to reopen their recruiting for next season. Riding a hot wedge and a newly discovered discipline off the tee, Sisson posted rounds of 6,966 to shoot 5 under 135 and beating Michael Thorbjornsen by one shot at Innisbrook Resort's North Course. "I'm not committed to any college," said Sisson, a resident of Skaneateles, NY, and currently a student at the Junior Players Golf Academy in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. "I started with college recruiting in the middle of my junior year. I didn't really think about it that much up to then. I've developed a lot since then." Sisson has developed enough to outlast the number 41 ranked boys player Thorbjornsen in the golfweek Sagarin rankings and a field loaded with other highly ranked players. Himself ranked number 513, Sisson has positioned himself quite nicely the past several events in garnering some well-deserved attention. His 2 rounds at Innisbrook pushed his string of consecutive competitive rounds at par or better to 7 that include a 10th-place finish at the Billy Horschel Junior Championship and runner-up finish at the Hilton Head Junior Shootout. But winning at Innisbrook signaled a coming-out party of sorts for Sisson, who was forced to tame his usual aggressiveness in favor of a more cerebral approach to the North Course's tight fairways and microscopic greens. Hitting driver just twice in the final round, Sisson opted for his trusty 3-iron off the tee to set him up with some comfortable wedge shots easily parlayed into multiple birdies. "I don't like keeping the driver in the bag, but since I love that 3-iron so much it didn't bother me as much," Sisson said. "It's my favorite club off the tee. I hit the driver 3 times in the first round and in this round I hit it twice. I never would have done that before." Innisbrook's tight fairways demanded Sisson play most holes with the 3-iron. He says he can hit 240 yards of carry. That helped him to a birdie start in the final round as he hit a 9-iron to 10 feet, then a 58-degree wedge to 3 feet. After 2 bogeys on the next 2 holes, Sisson found the water at number 5 but was able to scramble to save par by sinking a 25-footer and keep him just 1 shot off Thorbjornsen, who played the first 6 holes in 3 under from the group ahead. "I had no clue about Thorbjornsen's play in front," Sisson said. "I assumed somebody else was playing really well. Someone at the academy knew of Thorbjornsen and how good he was. Anything can happen, so every shot counts. I was just trying to settle myself down because I know I'm hitting it well. I didn't want to lose the tournament by making bad decisions." At the sharp dogleg par 5/8, Sisson again found trouble when he blasted his 5-wood way right. His recovery shot went through the fairway and his approach over the green. Calmly, Sisson saved his par and pulled even with Thorbjornsen. A wedge to 1 foot at number 10 set up a birdie, then a 2-putt birdie at the par 5 13th had him in the lead. On number 14, a 390-yard par 4 with water protecting a heavily sloped green, Sisson rolled in a 45-foot bomb for a birdie that sent shockwaves through the field. When he saved par from the bunker at 17, he had no idea how big that moment was at the time. Thorbjornsen had birdied 14 and 16 and would fire a 4 under par 66, meaning Sisson's final 14 holes in bogey-free 4 under were critical. "My goal coming into this season at JPGA was to win this tournament," Sisson said. "We worked towards figuring out what shots I can play and what's consistent, so we stuck with the fade because that's what worked. I've been playing well, so it feels good to have my game finally come together. With my tee shots, I've eliminated the big number by avoiding the big misses. I'm a very aggressive player. I really like going for every green and taking my driver out on every hole, but I'm understanding golf management better." Thorbjornsen, a resident of Wellesley, Mass., finished alone in second at 7,066, 136, followed by Singapore's Hiroshi Tai 7,168, 139 and Taiwan's Wang Weisuan 7,069, 139. Rounding out the top 5 were Lake Marie, FLA's Johnny By 7,368, 141 and Rome, Italy's Simone Closa 7,269, 141. Chen defends her title in girls division. Chen became the first player to successfully defend a title in the Golfweek International Junior Invitational since current LPGA Tour player Stephanie Meadow accomplished the feat in 2009. Chen, a Taiwan national and a junior at the IMG Academy in Bradenton, FLA, shot a 7 under par 6,867, 135 at Innisbrook Resort South Course in defeating Jing Zidang by 1 shot. She needed to sink a nasty downhill 4-foot breaker on the last hole to seal the victory. There was a lot of pressure on the final putt, Chen said. It feels really good to defend a championship. From a golfing standpoint, the year since her 2016 international win at Walt Disney World has been less than memorable. Working on her language skills and struggling between golf and academics in a new country, Chen failed to win any championships. That all changed Sunday. During the year, I tried a lot of things, Chen said. The most important thing is the way I practice. I try to challenge myself more in practice, try to put more pressure on myself so when you're playing in a tournament, you will not get afraid. Undaunted by the pressure not only to defend her title, but simply win in general, Chen started the final round one shot behind Deng, then made birdies at 1 and 3 to take the early lead, which would go back and forth the entire day. Chen made birdie at 5 but suffered bogeys at 4 and 9 while Deng made double bogey at the 9th to put the two players tied into the 10th. Birdies at 11, 13 and 14 put Deng 2 shots in front, but Chen was making no mistakes and keeping the pressure on. After missing a golden opportunity for birdie at the 14th when she missed a 10-footer, Chen kept her composure at the par 5 15th. Playing conservatively unlike the day before, Chen laid up to 80 yards on her second shot then hit her approach to 1 foot, setting up an easy birdie and 2-shot swing against Deng, who made bogey on the hole. On number 14 I thought maybe I don't have the chance to win the championship, then I changed my mind, said Chen, who at that moment willed herself from dejected to determined. At the 170-yard par 3 16th, Chen drilled a 6-iron to 12 feet and followed that up with a successful birdie putt and the outright lead she would not relinquish. 7-9-8-1-1-6-0 Megan Furtney 8-0-8-0 1-6-0 Annie Petila 8-5-7-9 1-6-4 Harry Lee 8-2-8-2 1-6-4 Georgia Ruffolo 8-0-8-5 1-6-5 Camilla Burnett 8-3-8-5 1-6-8